Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Fail at Super Mario 64. And in this episode, we're going to be going back and finishing off Dire Docks, taking out the rest of Bowser's henchmen and all the rest of the plans and stuff he has here. Now, the 8 red coin mission in this level, this is where Let's Fail at this level came in, because the first time, this is actually the second time I tried for the 8 red coins here, because at the same time, I'm also going for the 100 coins. However, the first time I tried this, I got stuck at 98 coins and could not, for the life of me, find where those last few coins were. This, like Jolly Roger Bay, is an extremely small level with very, very few coins for you to find, and there are literally no enemies to kill so that you can earn extra coins. There's a shark there, but you can't kill him. He's invincible. Now there are some coins hidden around that are very, very easy to miss unless you know where they are. There's this line of coins here up at the top part of this main bay. I'm not exactly sure what you call it. And then I'm looking around here for some more coins that I'm not going to be able to find because they aren't here. But most of the rest of the coins are down below. Yes, there you go, down below. There are 2 lines of coins close to the whirlpool, as well as 3 coin rings you want to grab. There's also 3 coins just sitting there beside one of those chests. You're going to want to grab those as well. Because the coin requirements is 100 coins as usual, but there are only 106 coins in this level total. You want to try to grab all of them if you can, because some of the coins are actually missable, and you want to make sure to make up the difference if there is some. So there's 5 coins there. There's 5 more coins right here. You want to grab all of the coins in this first area before you move on to the second area where the red coins are, because you don't want to have to come back to this area and possibly get sucked up by the whirlpool with something like 90 coins or 96 coins. That would be really bad and really embarrassing. Okay, so you can grab all the coins in that coin ring, you can grab all the coins in this coin ring. So your total going into the second area, the total amount of coins in that first area where you first drop into the level is 42. If you don't have 42 coins going to the next area, that means that you've missed some and you need to go back. Like I said, you want to grab all of them. The only coins that you can possibly miss are those 3 coins down on the seafloor by those chests. Those are the only ones that you really are missable, but even then, you can grab them anyway because they're so close to all the other coins, there's no reason not to pick them up. Alright, and then we go over here to the second area, the main dock, where Bowser's sub was. You can see now that we've defeated Bowser, he's taken the sub out through this hole into some other area. And there's a string of coins here, but the hole actually has lower pressure than the main part of the bay. So all the water is trying to rush out there at once, but it's being jetted back up through that jet stream in the middle to keep the bay level. So we have a constant current here now that you can't really feel sorry about that, you can't really feel unless you're close to the edge where that black hole is. Now those rings in the current there will be important for something later. And you want to grab these 5 coins here, and then the rest of your coins, except for some that I'm missing, are going to be up in the air, and that's where the red coins are as well. I missed my jump. I believe I missed my jump here. Nope. I make it, but I don't. So basically what you want to do is you want to take the same platforms that we used to board the sub in the first star of this level to get up here onto these platforms up above the main docking area. These are obviously like maintenance scaffoldings and things used to keep the sub ship shape. Bowser created this entire area to house that submarine that he has, and he didn't get a chance to do anything with it. But even after we gathered the star, we didn't destroy the sub. He just took it out of here and did something else with it. Through that hole that was before, the hole was covered up with a great big plate that had Bowser's face on it, just like the side of the submarine did. Which tells me that that hole was the way that the submarine got out of here, since we didn't destroy it. Where does that hole lead to? If you go through that hole, it actually leads you out into the lake outside of the moat of Peach's castle. But since we drained the moat, Bowser couldn't use the submarine to get right up into the castle. He couldn't take the sub up to blow up the castle or whatever else he was planning to do. I doubt he was planning to do that. So one theory I've read was that he was planning to destroy the castle with the submarine, but I don't think so. He owns the castle now. There's no reason for him to blow the submarine up. Blow it up with the submarine, I mean. Instead, I think he was using it to he was planning on using the sub to guard. He was planning on using the sub to guard the castle. And this was just its storage area. He was planning on using the submarine to keep Mario or other intruders out. Alright, so back to the mission. You want to make sure to grab those 6 coins on that platform, the 6 blue coins. Because, again, otherwise, without them, you won't be able to complete this 100 coins. All the rest of the red coins in this level are scattered on these maintenance scaffoldings. And you have to ride these, I'm not exactly sure what they are. You have to ride these poles, basically, back and forth across the top of the submarine dock, grab all of the coins. There are 8 more coins in this level that I've missed that I could have collected that I'm going to cut away to once I finish collecting the 8 red coins, which will be at the end of... You can see there's 3 coins over there, there's 1 over there, and then there were 3 behind us, and then there was 1 in the middle there. So you do have to make some precision jumps to be able to get all of the coins. If you don't know quite how jumping off of poles as Mario works yet, this star will definitely teach you by trial and error. Obviously, you don't lose anything by falling except time, but it's still a pain to fall and have to climb all the way back up and ride these slow poles and elevators back again. So we collected all 8 red coins, the star appears, but we're still quite a few coins short of our 100 coin total. And you can see me jumping back in the water here, and I'll see a quick edit to me searching for the coins desperately. I've been searching for 5 minutes by this point, just swimming around in circles, and I know that there are some more coins around here somewhere. There's none in the clams. There they are. There's a coin ring right here sitting beside the clam. That clam shell has a turtle shell in it, a Koopa shell. So that's how you can figure out what's where. You can see the black hole. That's not the black hole over there on our... There's the black hole right there. That's the entrance to this area. Here's where the coins are, and there's our star. Alright, so we collected... That message shows that we collected 70 power stars, and we now have the ability to go through any door in the castle. If we wanted to, right after we finish this star, we could go all the way back and... See, I paused there because I wasn't sure if I wanted to reset so I could see that message or pause the game itself and see the message and everything. But, yes, right now, if we wanted to, we could go and face Bowser for the last time. But we're not going to be doing that. Instead, we're going to be going back to all of the rest of the courses and everything that we have. Now, here's a bit of a shortcut you can take up to the platform with the star on it. You just have to hop up onto the platforms that you used to board the sub, and then just grab the star from there. Alright, so pole jumping for red coins is done. We got all 100 coins at the same time, without having to speed up and play music, so we can just go right back into Dire Docks and continue. There are a few more stars hidden here that we're wanting to grab before we move on to do anything else. You might think, wow, this video is going to be pretty short, or pretty long if we got that many stars, but it's actually going to be very short, because there are a few stars left to find, but they're all very, very quick to grab because this level is so small. The star that takes the longest in this level, by far, is the red coin star, simply because you have to wait for those platforms to move around of their own accord and everything, and there's nothing you can do to speed them up. In this case, all we have to do to get this star is to swim through those rings in the jet stream. You have to do this twice in this level, where you have to swim through these semi-opaque rings to be able to get through them. And it's actually harder than it looks, because since they're semi-opaque, it's hard to tell when you're swimming through them and when you're not. But that's what the great big glowing numbers are for. You just aim for the middle, swim down, you'll get all of them. But the star appears down there in the middle of the jet stream. Well, we did this before in Jolly Roger Bay. We know what the drill is. Up here along the wall, we actually have 2 caps, the invisible cap and the metal cap. You want to grab the metal cap, go ahead and jump out into the center of the water, drop down onto the sea floor, and climb up there. You can walk across those red platforms there as Metal Mario if you wanted to, but it doesn't gain you anything. There's no reason to. Interestingly enough, though, you can go through them if you have the invisible cap. So now we have through the jet stream, we can go ahead and jump back into Dire Docks and continue to grab stars. The Manta Ray's Reward, this is the second of the 2 stars that you have to swim through the rings, and this one is definitely harder, because these rings are on a 3-dimensional plane moving constantly through 3-dimensional space, which means that it's extremely hard to figure out where they actually are. See, I just missed those 2, and it doesn't look like I did, but I did. Just like I missed that one as well. What you want to do is you want to try to get to a point where the manta ray is directly in front of you and you're constantly swimming through them right as they appear. Because if you try to get through them while they're still moving or while they're fading, they're not going to count. There we go. And with the 5th one, this appears right down next to the whirlpool. You want to be very careful collecting the star because obviously if you get sucked into the whirlpool, you'll die. You can see some fish swimming around. Those guys won't hurt you. You can swim right into them. It doesn't matter. And we collect our star. The Manta Ray's Reward. And we just have 1 more star to get here in this level. It's not that hard of a star to collect. Collect the caps. A very cryptic clue, which isn't necessarily true anyway. But for this, we're going to have to go to the other area. You saw that there were actually 2 caps in this area, the metal cap and the invisible cap. The idea of this star is that you want to grab them both and then use them both at the same time. The only time in the game you can actually use 2 caps at once. Unfortunate though that is, I wish they had done more in this game with combining the caps. If they had had Metal Flying Mario, for instance, that would have been extremely boss, but we don't. So what you want to do is you want to swim across here to where the caps are. You want to grab the metal cap first and then the invisible cap, simply because the metal cap isn't essential to grabbing the star. It's helpful, but it's not essential. You want to grab the invisible cap last because that way it'll last a little bit longer. Metal cap first, then the invisible cap. We have now Metal Invisible Mario. You want to long jump out into the pool and see that cage right there? If you want to be only Invisible Mario can phase through the cage, but you want to be Metal Mario so you can walk along the seafloor and reach it in time. And there we go. There's our star. Now, like I said, you don't have to use Metal Mario to grab that star. You technically only need to use Invisible Cap Mario, but it is very fun to be able to combine the caps. It's the only time in the game you ever get to do so. In the very next episode, folks, guess what? We're done here in the basement. The dungeon is completed. We've chased Bowser out of his submarine base. So in the next episode, we're going to be heading back upstairs all the way up to the highest level of the castle. Well, technically not the highest level of the castle because there's still the tower to do yet. But now that we have the key we stole from Bowser, we can go through that door and out into the upper level of the castle to a whole new set of courses. And a whole new set of challenges because some of the hardest courses in the game are yet to come. See you later, folks. Good night.